All right. We're going to start. I love companies who give numbers, although I completely understand why companies don't.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Most companies don't. But the ones who do, hooray. So Stonemeyer's game releases their tabletops numbers, tabletop games in print versus digital game numbers.
Okay,
Which is interesting, because not a lot of publishers have enough of a catalog in both print and digital.
Sure,
right?
sure.
So it's really interesting, the numbers here, and there's not the fractions are very different. So, for example, Viticulture, he sold 234,000. That's a lot.
Is this digital or physical?
That's physical. 234,000, and digital 23,000. Now, I think part of that reason is it's a terrible implementation, in my opinion. DigiDice is this company that did it. Yeah. I don't like it.
Oh, this is the Viticulture one?
Yes.
That's too bad. I was getting confused because they just announced that Tuscany, they added Tuscany as an IAP too.
I shouldn't say terrible, but it's not nearly as good. He actually worked with 4 different companies here.
Yeah.
And the second one, the Charterstone, Akram Digital, is really good.
That's a great one.
Yes.
That one. So Charterstone's only sold 97,000, and digital's 37,000. So that's close to half.
Wow. Yeah.
That is interesting, though. That you always have that concern of, once they come out with the digital implementation, aren't you shooting your own foot?
Right.
Because you're going to stop selling physical ones. Clearly not.
No.
Well, here is the matching almost perfectly.
Okay.
Scythe has sold 544,000 copies. Again, half a million copies of a huge game.
Okay.
And digital, 535,000.
Wow. You know what it is? That's much more prevalent on Steam and other platforms.
Right, exactly right.
That's from the company, the Knights of Unity. I don't know them, but you're right, it's on Steam.
Yeah, that one, I bet a big part of that comes from Steam.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then Wingspan has sold 1.68 million copies.
That's okay.
That's all right.
And digital, 674,000.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So what you're saying is Stonemeyer Games is doing okay.
Especially since he has a staff of like 3.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
He's doing okay.
Mike is moving to Stonemeyer Games.
I'm moving closer. He's in St. Louis, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Now send me some codes.
All right. We're about to take a hard left here, okay? Going into Munchkin territory.
Oh, yeah.
Munchkin, South Park.
All right.
I hate you guys.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Is it they all are... wait, no, he's wearing the superhero outfit.
Yeah.
He's got a little, like, 007 thing going on.
I
Kenny.
I don't know. I
want to get a promo card for this game with our Kenny.
Oh,
and killed Kenny. And a grill.
I can definitely see crossover humor between these IPs, right?
Sure,
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I'm surprised this hadn't happened already, actually.
Me too.
Or like Flux, South Park Flux. Is that not a thing? That's coming.
Maybe.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I think this is a better fit, though, especially since they did the video games, which were RPGs.
Right, the Stick of Truth.
You know, and it was kind of already poking fun at RPGs like Munchkin does.
That's a good point.
Or dungeon crawling or whatever. So, yeah, I'm surprised this hadn't happened, actually.
Loopy brought up my favorite Cartman. No, Kitty, that's not my pie.
There's a game called Plaque coming. I just Googled Plaque, which was, I thought, dangerous. But Plaque actually stands for personal line of credit.
Not in this game, I don't think.
No, but I thought
that's what it is. That guy is, at the end of that rope is his money, and he wants it now.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not thrilled with the positioning of the eye.
Yeah, it's not a good
iron game.
It's called Plaque.
But anyhow, okay, so the game is a free print and play.
Yeah.
Oh.
The etymology is, or where this kind of came from is cool.
Well, so the designer of this, Bernd Eisenstein of Iron Games, they had stuff stolen at Essen. If you ever display at Essen, hide your money.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right. So lots of people donated, so he released a print and play as a thank you for this. So it's a 2-player tug-of-war game. Whoever still has athletes on the field at the end of 2 matches wins, so it must be pretty brutal.
I think you use dice, maybe? Is that what it says?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's a fast-paced dice game.
Yeah.
I'll probably check this out. I really do like Iron Games. I think they have an interesting design philosophy. You know what I mean?
Peloponnese, or what's the games they do, like some Greek...
Peloponnese is there, yeah. And they have... I can't remember the names right now, unfortunately, but they have a few games that are pretty interesting. I have one I really, really like, yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't played, unfortunately, that this past year when we were at Essen. And they were stolen. They had their cash box stolen. Unfortunately, I didn't get to check out that game.
Oh, right.
Which seems like a really interesting release from them. But yeah, I'll check this out for sure.
All right, in a theme that's not getting much buzz these days, coffee.
Buzz.
Yeah, there's a lot of coffee games now, but Coffee Rush is coming from Korea Board Games.
Oh, okay.
You're trying to be a barista quickly fulfilling orders at a coffee bar.
Oh, okay.
This sounds, the problem with this is, I'm sure that I don't know if this is a good game. I like Korea Board Games a lot. But this whole move on the ingredient board to collect the ingredients, complete those orders, increase your rating with correct drinks. I'm like, isn't that the way most coffee games are at this point?
Yeah, they're basically contract fulfillment, keep your customers satisfied games,
That picture looks like, I can't even think of it. There's a certain artist, someone who draws.
Norman
That's what an artist is, yeah.
Like a Norman
I didn't finish my
Rockwell
sentence. Someone who draws like pictures of crowds, from the 1800s or early 1900s. That reminds me of a similar thing.
All the people hanging out on that hill? In those outfits? Yeah, who is that painter? I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember.
I know who you mean,
French painter?
I don't know where that painter's from.
It gives me that same vibe because everyone here is like crowded into a space. I don't know.
I want there to be a coffee game in which the setting is that scene in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, in the diner?
Yeah,
and it'll be the opening scene.
Yeah, and and it's later on, obviously, in the movie. But I want a board game, which is during that scene, and you don't know. You're just serving plates and pies and coffees, and at some point in the game, someone's about to hold up the place, and you don't know who.
Okay.
So it's like a hidden character. You know what I mean?
I like this.
There's a game in there somewhere. I'm telling you right now.
There's a game in there somewhere.
Yeah,
but you can only
Samuel
play
L.
with people.
Jackson walks in.
Be Tim Roth.
You can only play with people though who've never played the game before. You're like, let's play this
and
game.
you don't explain that there's a
you
twist.
You don't. They're like, you got to deliver this stuff, and halfway through, you're like, bam!
Give me your wallet. Put
and
it
then
in
you
the
put
bag.
a timer on.
Yeah.
And they're like, stress it out.
Yeah.
You can't leave the table. Look, your ankle's handcuffed to the table leg when you weren't noticing.
Yes. Interesting.
It's good. I'm going to work on that.
All right. We don't have pictures for the next two items. We got a new expansion coming for Matt Gert's Concordia called Concordia, Rome, Sicily, another double-sided board, blah, 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 blah.
That's going to be, that blah, blah, blah is going to be people excited, though, right?
No. And I don't mean to make fun of this, but also it is another expansion.
Yes.
It's kind of like the Power Grid expansion. That's cool. I don't see the board. I'm sure it's fine.
Right.
You can send out your colonist ships abroad to get extra benefits. I guess that's a new thing. And on the Sicilia side... Cecilia, thank you. The volcano things can hit you, so there's an element of luck, but you can also ignore that if you don't like that luck element.
Active volcanoes?
Active volcanoes in Sicily.
In more exciting news, and I really wish we had a picture for this, Archaea Society is printing Ethnos.
Well, no, Archaea Society is the name of the new...
Space Cowboys is printing Ethnos, reprinting Ethnos.
With this title.
Calling it Archaea Society. They're changing the theme. It is about explorers going and exploring, so the more explorers you send, the better chance you get.
Wow.
So they're straight up cutting the fantasy theme. And that's fine.
So it's like an Indiana Jones type theme?
I think so, from what I understand. Yeah. But it's Space Cowboys, man.
I'm going to steal Kane Klenko's joke that he put on Facebook, and this is already an improvement on the the artwork.
Wow.
You can say the same thing about the Concordia one, too,
Dang, that's messed up. I am not an Ethnos hater. I do not approve this message. But, I am excited for it. I'm curious to see what they do. They normally knock it out of the park.
Space Cowboys is going to make it look good, right? You know they're going to make it look good.
June.
Yeah, it's like right around the corner. They said that May is when they're going to give more info, and then boom.
I don't normally put reprints on my most anticipated, but this would be there.
Yeah,
I'm super pumped about this. This one's going to be a hot game, man.
It will be.
I think
this is one of the few times where I think a reprint will do really well. Because Ethnos, when it was released, people liked it and everything, but it just kept building buzz. People kept going, Ethnos. Yes. It's one of the few games that can take 5-6 players.
Take it well.
And handle it well.
And again, I think Space Cowboys will do it right.
Yes.
Sounds like it'll be maybe
the image of the cover's online?
Oh, it is.
Well,
let's see if we can find it.
There we go.
Loopy gave us a link, a direct link.
Yeah, I don't know if we can show.
It says Board Game Geek, so maybe they've added it to the Board Game Geek. News happens quickly.
There's no picture here.
Maybe check images, or maybe check that thread and see if someone stuck a picture in there.
I don't see no picture. I can't click that link.
Loopy has access to information that us mere mortals do not.
Oh, unless Eric Martin posted it in the news. I can't even find the news. Why is the news like not on the top page?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You guys are watching
in the images section.
Stuff.
In the image, yes, that's what I thought. If you go to that back to the thing and hit images.
Oh, and they just haven't added it to the front cover.
Go to the images section.
Let's go to images.
Okay.
Hold on.
Got it.
Oh,
it's much worse than Ethnos.
I can't see it well enough here.
Nah, it looks cool. Look at that. The airplane.
I'm in. I'm in. That definitely reinforces the Indiana Jones type of thing.
Okay, it's doing it for me. Keep singing.
Roy's going to be able to bring it up, too. Watch.
Maybe.
No, click on images, Roy.
Where's it at?
No, towards the top.
This is so ridiculous.
Scintillating live.
You see where it says, just click where it's, no, okay. You see where it
images.
Images right there.
Click
Bam!
It. Click it. This is news brought to you by our latest reporter, Loopy.
That's right.
Does this absolve Loopy of all the sins from the other day?
Yes, correct. Loopy now has...
Bam! Look at this.
Oh!
This is how it happens in real time.
Look at that. Yeah,
look, baby. Resize it. Slap it over that. Get rid of the not final artwork.
Okay, I'm getting there.
Get rid of
Anyway.
We're going to be putting an updated segment out.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm very excited about this.
Also, you know the components are going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, Space Cowboys.
Good pickup. Good pickup.
All right, so we go from that to a less exciting cover.
Okay.
Oh,
Mind Up.
Where are we? There we are.
Yeah, but this is being reprinted, though. Also by Space Cowboys.
Now, this is coming from Catch Up Games, who actually makes pretty good stuff. It's a 3 to 6 player game. You have a line of cards. You're going to pick a card, simultaneously reveal it to make a new line ordered from lowest to highest. This sounds a little familiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you take the card from the previous line in the same position as the one you just played, adding it to your tableau. That's different.
I like that. Yeah.
I will probably be super into this. This screams... I do too, yeah. This very much screams, of course, those classic card games from Wolfgang Kramer and things like that.
Yeah, it does.
So.
I like that concept, though. You're all playing a card, you line them up, and depending what you played, it's basically a bidding game.
Reminds me a little bit of that Pumafiosi game that we played.
A little bit, yeah.
Game. Yeah.
But you'll be able to think a little bit forward by playing a card. Like, let's say I play a low number, but I have the 1 in my hand. I play that low number, but it has a lot of points on it, so I know it's going to slide to the very bottom.
Oh, interesting.
And then I can play a lower number the next turn. I don't know. I just...
Yeah, that
so
sounds good.
7 out of 10. Mind Up.
I'm going to give it a 7.5. I really like it.
No, I like the concept.
Once I read the rulebook, it might even go up.
Ooh.
All right. A beautiful cover here, but not too late to make today's contest.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's Potions of Azerland. This is Andrew Bosley's artwork.
Yeah, Andrew Bosley it's to the point, especially with the people.
Yeah.
That you can tell his art just by looking, right away.
I agree.
Do Trade and the Micho are the easiest, I think, to recognize. Yes. Bosley's getting up there too, and Weber's in Santiago.
This is coming from Warped Reality Games. Graydon Baker's a designer. Simultaneous action selection. You're deciding whether to drink your potions for boosts or save them to sell. 7 rounds. Try to get the most prestige.
Okay.
I will say, and this is something somebody mentioned online, and I agreed immediately, this really, really looks like the cover of Everdell, but with people.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like, I mean, it just looks like he took some of that art and was, okay, well, let me get rid of these, this little cute gopher or whatever, and put a lady in there.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It looks a little more magical than Everdell to me.
More magical than a world of magical animals?
Yes.
All right, the designer, Graydon Baker, this is his only game, and from what I can tell from the page, it looks like it's an Essen release.
Makes sense.
All right. Roller Coaster Rush. We talked about this before. Pandasaurus is redoing this. Roller Coaster Rush, very highly anticipated game. They announced it on our Gen Con show.
Right.
And it's one of the lowest ranked games on Board Game Geek because for the biggest reason was the cardboard roller coasters you built did not work very well.
Yeah.
They have remade it now with plastic ones. So far, looks good. We actually literally have a copy that just came in yesterday here in the studio.
Oh, really?
So you can see it. I'm sure we'll be showing it off. I'm very hopeful.
Yeah.
Hopeful in this one. You're bidding to get...
This theme also just sings to you.
I love roller coasters.
He does.
It's not just me, though.
And marbles.
I think
It's just
marbles... No, but so in this game, you're bidding on roller coaster pieces, and the more hills you have in your roller coaster, the more points you get, but only if the marble actually goes over them.
Okay, okay. When is Space Cowboys reprinting this?
That's a pretty good... Come on, you know Panasars is pretty much top of the game when it comes to production.
They really are. They are on top of their game.
Yep.
Soon they'll be reprinting Space Cowboys games. That's how I rank things.
All right. The next game is Sea Dragons, which really looks like it could have just been put into that all-play line
It looks like a straight-up sequel to Sail, which is on Kickstarter now, yeah. It's so good looking.
I love that.
It's a 2 to 5 player game. It's coming from Fractal Juegos.
Yeah.
A 3-team designer here, one of them being Simone Luciani.
Yeah.
So interesting, because this is a Chilean publisher.
Okay.
They're from Chile, and so it's just, I love this melding.
Yes,
I mean,
it's
Luciani
great.
got up in there, and he's publishing a game now that's apparently coming out first in Chile.
And you wonder, like, is this part of the Essen thing? Like, right? Did they get it to meet up in Essen? And you know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I love that fair is that you know there's all of this networking going on, and and this looks like it has a kind of a polyomino card type of a thing going on, which you know if it's done well, I'm all for.
Very interesting.
I gotta say, well, we're gonna get someday. We're gonna do our top 10 artists, and
he'll be up there.
Weberson is getting up there for me.
I agree. I agree. I really like
he's
this
becoming more prolific in board gaming.
Yeah,
it's just a great look.
All right, next we have a less great looking cover called Time Collectors.
That's not bad.
It's okay. I
like
love the font though, but it looks okay.
I like that frame around the box. That's pretty
cool.
Do you?
Maybe I'll have to see it in person. This is from Luby Edition, of Belgian publishers. Use 4 D10s to travel through time. That's the pitch for the game. The year is 8052. So we may not be alive then.
Okay, maybe.
Time travel's possible now, though, so you might meet someone from this game.
Okay.
In fact, I think that guy we met the other day is from there.
Oh, yeah. He looked like he was coming out of 8052.
He's one who said, hey, boss. You're going to organize... Oh, so you roll 4d10. You organize them in the year you want to travel to.
Oh, interesting.
Got it.
And then you use time crystals to alter your results.
Always time crystals. What is it with the time crystals?
Gotta have the time crystals.
And then you collect the riches on your personal board to get achievement cards. So I wonder, like, if there's certain things out there, and you roll the dice, and then you pick where you're going to go.
You're just
really
like that concept. Into a
I do also.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Also, time crystals, though.
Yeah.
Why can't it be like just one game? I want it to be time juice or something.
Yeah,
we've already got spook juice.
Why not like hourglass sands or something like that?
Yeah. Enchanted sand. Oh, I was going to say crystals again. They got me.
Grains.
All right, it's the year of reprints. Cartagena, one of the biggest classics that's been around for 20 years, from Leo Calavini, about a bunch of pirates escaping from a prison, except now they're all animals, because that's what you want it.
Yep.
It's coming from Pretzel Games, so I'll tell you what, this is going to be a very high-quality game. Pretzel makes stuff good, although Pretzel's last game really was completely yak.
Oh, yeah, I didn't play that.
That one was that was Pretzel, right?
Yeah, Pretzel.
And that game just got rolled right over. No, I mean, it wasn't that good. Now, we know what the game is like.
Sure, this was like either up for the spiel or won the spiel.
Or recommended or something like that.
It's kind of like a Candyland-esque game where you're moving your pirates, and you can move them to the next symbol of a certain type, but if you cover that symbol up, then you might be able to move someone even farther.
Right.
Isn't this a card-driven one?
Yeah, it's pretty
You play
simple.
a card, and you move up to the next time that symbol appears.
Right.
Or you move back and draw. Something like that.
Right.
Yes.
So it's this sort of like back and forth, and plus now you have a pirate hippo. Hello.
That's right.
Look at that fella. That's a fancy hat.
I'm wondering how popular this game will be in 2023. I'm not convinced that this needed to be reprinted.
Yeah, I do wonder if they changed any of the mechanisms.
What if they do Cartagena 2, which was a very similar game, and Cartagena 3, which had nothing to do with the other games?
They did 4.
Was there a 4?
Did they really?
There were 4.
That was direct to VHS.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah. I had either 3 or 4, and that was a good game, but very different. I don't know how big this will be in 2023, but I hear in 8052 it's huge.
Yeah, someone's
They take it back. They come grab the games. They're like,
someone already here mentioned Galecrest. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, okay, so this is like Libertalia, basically.
It almost seems related. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different artist, so
Different company,
There's that, and different company, of course, and everything. But gosh, I mean, talk about the two things seeming to look, related.
Right.
They really do. I'm doing this a double feature night.
Let's make it happen.
They escape first.
Yep.
Then they are rocking the pirate ship. Yeah.
and then they mine for gold. Gold West. This is not of animals. This is still humans. So Vincent Do Trade artwork. So this is a second edition game designed by JX Kevern.
Yep.
The new artwork is Vincent Do Trade. It's an area control game. I've not played it, but I know you like it.
It's good.
You played it with me.
Yep.
We did maybe a Catch-a-Palooza of this.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah. And I really like this game. It's in my top 100. Yeah, it's a really enjoyable, interesting game. But man, oh man, am I going to have to buy this again?
I know, right?
Here's the thing I don't like about this, though.
What could you possibly not like about this?
I don't like that Trick or Treat Studios is doing it because
Yep, I agree.
that dilutes their brand. Trick or Treat Games, Studios has done horror themed things. That's a cool thing. They came out, we're doing horror themed, unless in Gold West you flip the box over and it's the same picture, but everyone's a zombie.
Everyone's dead.
I do like that. No, I think they're calling it Trick or Treat Studios Classic line or something.
Yeah, I would think I would have started a new studio to print this then. Like call it something else, and it's still associated with them.
Sister studio or
Yeah. I don't know where I fall on that line because I don't like the idea of studios or publishers diluting themselves by being 3 separate things. But some publishers have such a strong identity, like Trick or Treat, that you hate to see it.
Well, even Fantasy Flight tried doing it with that Wind Rider thing. It didn't last long.
They came out with 3 games in that line, and then it was gone. Yeah. It was a similar thing, reprinting classics.
Euros, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
All right. A lot of people are going to be excited for the next thing coming from a company called Glass Cannon, and that is Apex Legends, the board game.
Yeah.
This is based on a very, very popular video game that I don't know anything about, actually.
Nothing about this.
In fact, I know so little about it, I don't even know that I've heard about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with this at all.
Kind of like Fortnite, I want to say. It's that type of game.
Like a
what do you call that?
Online
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. Thank you. Yeah.
I really
it's a Battle
dislike
Royale
that genre.
Me too.
Play, so.
I'm too old for it. I feel like I can't keep up with the kids and their dance moves. But I will say, Glass Cannon is one of the companies that was also involved with Frostpunk.
Okay.
That a review will be coming out very, very shortly.
It does say that, Frostpunk.
And that was a very impressive game and production. So, like, if I had not played that game very, recently and was working on a review for it, I would not be as interested in this. And I don't know anything about this theme again. And I don't even like it as much as I like the idea of Frostpunk as a theme. Yeah. But they know what they're doing.
Okay. All right.
It's always that tricky, like, when companies make games based on video games, you can get one extreme or the other. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Here, I'm cautiously optimistic on this one.
All right.
This next piece of news I'm very interested in, even though I'm not a sleever, but Capstone Games is starting their own line of sleeves called Phantom Sleeves. And the reason I'm interested in this is because Capstone Games, in my opinion, is a bastion of quality. Their games are top of the line. In fact, they're diversifying in some interesting ways. They started their own retail store.
Yeah,
Where is that store? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
It's in the U.S.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, they started their own retail store, and now they're starting their own sleeves. Now, there's a decent amount of sleeve companies out there from the low end, which is what did Mayday rebrand themselves as? Sleeve Kings? Was that?
I believe so, yes.
Sleeve Kings, and then you have the Fantasy Flight
Yeah,
Gamegenic.
Gamegenic, yeah.
And then there's that other one that you just reviewed that were really good quality and different sizes.
There's quite a few. I've reviewed quite a few sleeves, yeah. I'll review these too. I hear if you put these on your game, it makes it a better Euro game. That's what I've heard. Just sleeving the game tightens up the economy in the game.
Now these have 100 thickness. I don't know what that means. Each sleeve size will have 3 finishes.
Micro something or other.
Microns,
yeah.
Each sleeve size will have 3 finishes: a gloss front with a gloss back, gloss front with a matte back, and a matte front with a matte back.
Okay, so full gloss, full matte, half and half.
Coffee.
I definitely want the matte back.
Half and half.
Okay.
Here we go.
I don't know if I want the front to be gloss or matte.
I've tried. You know what? I'm really coming around on the frosted fronts. I'm coming around not the way you'd think. I'm getting over them.
Okay.
I thought I really liked that look, and in fact, for a long time, I have enjoyed that frosted look. It doesn't catch light, all of that stuff. And I've realized I'd rather have the clarity and just move the darn thing if the light is hitting it, than lose some of that clarity on the table. So for me, half and half is the way to go.
Yeah, I think I've always preferred the gloss front. Yeah.
And they're also going to make. From reading this, they're gonna all their new games will have what sleeves they work with. Obviously, they're gonna cross promote.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
but this also means that they're gonna be making a lot of Euro style sleeves. Like Gamegenic is definitely their focus is living card games, collectible card games.
Sure.
Definitely, because that's what their company makes, right? So this will. I don't think that I don't think Phantom's gonna go that way at all. It's gonna be about Euro stuff. Probably.
But I did hear but if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw that they're doing the whole slew of sizes, same deal, like Sleeve Kings has a ridiculous amount of colors and sizes and what have you. I think these guys are doing the same thing.
They're gonna have a system like on their boxes that'll tell you. And I gotta tell you, at this point, you got to assume that every one of their inserts is going to be set up for,
I guess,
their sleeves.
Yeah. All right, in final news, and we're going to be going over this in more detail in the back talk today. There's a new #1 board game on Board Game Geek. Board Game Geek, the biggest website in the world where everybody for board games. Yeah, because I should clarify, the biggest website in the world is actually YouTube. But anyway, which we're on. But Board Game Geek ranks all board games. People go in there and rank them. There have only been like 7 #1s since the site has begun. Gloomhaven has had it for 4 years. Brass Birmingham has just passed it. There's more on that, which we'll cover in the back talk, but that, otherwise, folks, is the news.